testament to the grand design of nature, a design that invites us to explore, to question, and to understand. In my time, the night sky was a canvas of wonder. Through the telescope, I saw what no human had seen before: moons circling Jupiter, the rough mountains of our moon, and the realization that Earth was not the center of creation. It was a revelation that shook the foundations of our understanding, much as our modern discoveries challenge the boundaries of what we know. The universe, far from being a fixed and static realm, is a dynamic, evolving tapestry. We are like children standing on the shore of an immense ocean, with only the faintest understanding of the wonders beyond the horizon. What Galileo saw through his telescope in the 17th century was only the beginning. Today, we peer farther into space, not just with our eyes, but with instruments of unimaginable precision. And still, the deeper we look, the more profound our ignorance becomes. The stars, those distant beacons, are not just points of light. They are suns, burning in the far reaches of space, each one potentially home to planets, to worlds unknown. Our own star, the Sun, is but one of billions in our galaxy, and our galaxy is but one of countless others in the universe. The scale is almost beyond comprehension, and yet, it is within our grasp to study, to learn, and to appreciate our place in this grand cosmic arena. In our quest to understand the universe, we find that the more we know, the more there is to discover. The laws of nature, once thought unchanging, reveal deeper complexities. The light from distant stars, traveling across the eons, tells the story of the birth and death of galaxies. Black holes, dark matter, and the mysterious pull of dark energy remind us that the universe holds secrets we are only beginning to unravel. Yet for all its vastness, the universe speaks to our most fundamental questions: who are we? Why are we here? And how is it that from the dust of stars, life arose, and with it, minds capable of wondering at the very stars themselves? We stand on the shoulders of giants, Galileo, Copernicus, Newton, and continue their journey, propelled by curiosity and awe. As Galileo once dared to look through his telescope and challenge the accepted truths of his time, so too must we dare to push beyond the boundaries of our current understanding. The universe calls to us, not with a voice, but with the silent majesty of its stars, the rhythm of its galaxies, and the pulse of time itself. It invites us to explore, to marvel, and to reflect on the extraordinary gift of being able to contemplate it at all. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos, we must remain humble before the grandeur of the universe. Galileo's bold proclamations were met with resistance, for he challenged the very fabric of human thought, daring to suggest that we were not the center of the universe. Yet it was this courage to seek the truth, no matter how unsettling, that opened the door to modern astronomy and set humanity on a path of discovery that transcends the centuries. Today, we have taken Galileo's vision and expanded it beyond the wildest dreams of his time. We have sent probes to distant planets, landed on our moon, and peered into the depths of space with instruments like the Hubble Space Telescope, revealing galaxies billions of light-years away. And still, we are only scratching the surface. The universe is not static, it evolves, much like our understanding of it. From the Big Bang, a singular moment of unimaginable energy in creation, the cosmos has stretched and expanded, giving birth to galaxies, stars, and planets. It is a process that has been ongoing for over 13.8 billion years. And in this vast stretch of time, we find ourselves on a small planet orbiting a modest star, caught in the middle of this grand unfolding. What is remarkable is that we, as humans, are a part of this story. We are the universe's way of knowing itself, born from the very elements forged in the hearts of stars. As Carl Sagan so eloquently put it, we are made of star stuff. Every atom in our bodies was once inside a star, and those stars, in turn, were born from the primordial gas and dust that emerged from the birth of the universe. Galileo once looked through his telescope and marveled at the moons of Jupiter, understanding that they obeyed the same laws of motion as the planets. Today, we marvel at the strange and wondrous forces that shape the universe on scales both large and small. The gravitational waves rippling through spacetime, the bending of light around massive objects, and the mysterious presence of dark matter, all of these phenomena remind us of how little we truly know. And yet, with each new discovery, we grow closer to understanding the fundamental nature of reality. Our journey through the cosmos is both an exploration of the universe and an exploration of ourselves. It is a search for meaning in a universe that, for all its complexity, operates on principles that are, at their core, comprehensible. But even as we celebrate our advances, we must remember the lessons of Galileo. The pursuit of knowledge is not always met with open arms. It challenges established ideas and forces us to rethink what we thought was certain. Galileo's willingness to challenge authority and push the boundaries of human thought reminds us that the search for truth often comes at great personal cost. Yet, despite the challenges, we persist. For the universe is too beautiful, too mysterious, and too awe-inspiring to ignore. The wonder that Galileo felt as he gazed through his telescope is the same wonder that drives astronomers today to look deeper, farther, and with greater clarity than ever before. As we continue to probe the depths of space, we must not forget that our understanding of the universe is still evolving. Like Galileo, we are at the dawn of discovery, peering into the unknown with tools that our ancestors could only dream of. And though we stand on the shoulders of giants, we must also have the courage to question, to explore, and to seek new horizons. The universe is vast, and our place in it is small, but the fact that we can contemplate it at all is a triumph of the human spirit. As Galileo taught us, the cosmos is not beyond our reach, it is within our grasp, waiting to be understood by those with the curiosity and the courage to look beyond the familiar and embrace the unknown. In the end, the universe does not belong to any one of us. It is a shared inheritance, a cosmic playground of endless possibilities. And as we continue our journey of discovery, we do so not just for ourselves, but for all who come after us, those who, like Galileo, will look up at the stars and wonder what secrets they hold. The cosmos, ever silent and unyielding, whispers to those who are willing to listen, those who seek its truths with an open heart and an inquisitive mind. Galileo's groundbreaking observations, made with a modest telescope, were among the first steps humanity took into this grand conversation with the universe. Now, as we venture deeper into the unknown, our tools have grown more sophisticated, but the fundamental questions remain the same. What is our place in this vastness? And what is the nature of the universe that surrounds us? Each star, each planet, each swirling galaxy is a thread in the cosmic tapestry that we are only beginning to understand. Like a symphony, the universe plays out its movements on a scale so grand that it humbles us. But in its very grandeur, we find a profound connection. We are not separate from the universe, we are an intricate part of it. Our atoms, born in the cores of ancient stars, now think, feel, and wonder about their origins. Consider the light from a distant galaxy. It has traveled for millions, perhaps billions of years across the fabric of space-time to reach our eyes. In that single beam of light, we witness the past, the ancient history of the universe itself. We look back in time, across unimaginable distances, and glimpse a universe in its infancy. Stars forming, galaxies colliding, black holes consuming matter with a force so immense that not even light can escape their grasp. Galileo marveled at the celestial mechanics that govern the heavens, and today we marvel at the complexities that underlie the universe's very structure. We now know that most of the universe is not even visible. Dark matter, unseen and undetectable except through its gravitational effects, forms the scaffold upon which galaxies are built. Dark energy, a mysterious force, drives the acceleration of the universe's expansion, pushing galaxies farther apart at an ever-increasing rate. These discoveries challenge the limits of human understanding. But they also open new pathways of thought, reminding us that there is so much more to learn. The universe, it seems, is more strange and wondrous than we could have ever imagined. And it is in this strangeness that we find beauty, an order and harmony that transcends our limited perspective. As we continue to probe the mysteries of the cosmos, we must remember that the universe operates on timescales and distances far beyond our comprehension. Our lives are but brief moments in the grand narrative of existence. The stars we see today will one day burn out, the galaxies will drift apart, and the universe will continue its slow dance toward an uncertain future. Yet in this vast and indifferent cosmos, life emerged, and with it, the capacity to ask questions, to seek meaning. What a gift it is, then, to be able to look up at the stars and wonder. Galileo, with his crude telescope, began this journey for us. And today, we carry forward his legacy, peering deeper into space, mapping out the cosmic landscape, and striving to understand the laws that govern everything from the smallest particles to the largest galactic structures. But even as we search for answers, the universe remains elusive. There are questions that may never be answered, mysteries that may always lie just beyond our reach. Yet, it is in the asking of these questions that we find our true purpose. The act of discovery, the thrill of peeling back the layers of the unknown, is as much a part of our nature as the stars are a part of the cosmos. As Galileo once wrote, the book of nature is written in the language of mathematics. And so it is. But it is also written in the language of wonder, curiosity, and imagination. For as much as the universe reveals through cold, hard facts, it also inspires us with its beauty, its majesty, and its profound mystery. The more we learn, the more we are reminded of how small we are, and yet, how significant our quest for knowledge is. For in the grand cosmic scale, it may seem that we are insignificant specks, lost in the vastness of space. But it is precisely because we are able to recognize this vastness, to comprehend our place within it, that we are anything but insignificant. The universe calls to us, not with the voice of a deity, but with the silent pull of gravity, the flicker of distant stars, and the soft hum of cosmic radiation. It beckons us to continue our journey, to keep exploring, questioning, and imagining. And like Galileo, we will respond with the tools of our time, pushing the boundaries of what is possible, and discovering truths that will reshape our understanding of the cosmos once more. As we continue to journey through the cosmos, we come to realize that our quest for understanding is as infinite as the universe itself. Each discovery brings us closer to the truth, yet paradoxically, reveals even greater mysteries waiting to be unraveled. This, too, is the lesson of Galileo's life, a life dedicated to inquiry, to questioning the very fabric of accepted knowledge, and to gazing beyond the familiar into the vast unknown. Today, we build upon his spirit of curiosity. We send spacecraft to distant worlds, to icy moons, and to the far reaches of our solar system. We have looked upon the rings of Saturn, discovered lakes of methane on Titan, and seen geysers of water erupting from Europa, moons that may, in their hidden oceans, harbor the conditions for life. The dream of exploring these distant worlds, once considered mere fantasies, is now within our reach. Galileo's vision, through the lens of his modest telescope, has now expanded to include robotic explorers traveling far beyond the grasp of our planet. Yet as we uncover these wonders, we must remember that the story of exploration is also the story of human perseverance. It is the same story that Galileo lived, a tale of facing opposition, of daring to challenge established beliefs, and of pursuing truth, even in the face of adversity. The universe does not reveal its secrets easily. It demands patience, resilience, and, above all, a relentless commitment to discovery. What Galileo began with his study of the heavens has blossomed into a worldwide endeavor to unlock the mysteries of existence. Telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope peer into the furthest reaches of the cosmos, capturing the faint light of galaxies formed shortly after the Big Bang. We study these ancient structures not merely to understand the past but to glimpse the origins of everything we see around us, the stars, the planets, and indeed, ourselves. For we are not separate from the universe, we are part of its grand story. As we study the heavens, we are also studying our origins. The elements that make up our bodies, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, were forged in the cores of ancient stars that lived and died long before the Earth even existed. In their deaths, these stars exploded in supernovae, scattering their enriched material across space, material that would one day form new stars, planets, and eventually, life. This, too, is one of the greatest revelations of modern science: we are made of star stuff. Every atom in our bodies has traveled a long journey through space and time, shaped by the forces of the cosmos. It is a humbling thought, but also a deeply inspiring one. For it means that we are not merely observers of the universe, we are participants in its story. And what a story it is! From the birth of the first stars to the formation of galaxies, from the collision of black holes to the expansion of space itself, the universe is a dynamic, evolving entity. It is constantly in motion, constantly changing, constantly revealing new surprises. And yet, for all its vastness, it is bound by the same physical laws that govern our lives here on Earth. Galileo's discovery that the Earth orbits the Sun was a fundamental step in understanding our place in the cosmos. But today, we know that even our solar system is just one small part of a much larger tapestry. The Milky Way, our home galaxy, is but one of trillions, each containing billions of stars, many with their own planets. And beyond our galaxy lies an ever-expanding universe, a vast ocean of space that stretches far beyond what we can see or even imagine. But even as we push the boundaries of our understanding, we must never lose sight of the wonder that drives us. For as Galileo once marveled at the sight of Jupiter's moons, so too must we continue to marvel at the beauty of the cosmos. The rings of Saturn, the swirling clouds of Jupiter, the spiral arms of distant galaxies, these are not just objects to be studied. They are reminders of the awe-inspiring complexity and beauty of the universe. In the end, the pursuit of knowledge is not just about understanding the mechanics of the cosmos. It is about something deeper, something that connects us to the universe in a way that transcends mere facts and figures. It is about our place in this grand story, our role as explorers, dreamers, and seekers of truth. As Galileo looked through his telescope and glimpsed the heavens, he must have felt a profound sense of connection to the stars above. Today, as we peer even deeper into the universe, we feel that same connection, a bond between the human spirit and the infinite, a desire to understand not only where we come from, but where we are going. The cosmos, in all its vastness, offers us a reminder that despite our smallness, despite the brevity of our existence, we are part of something much larger, something eternal. And it is this sense of connection, of being woven into the very fabric of the universe, that drives us to continue exploring, questioning, and discovering. Galileo's legacy is not just one of scientific achievement, it is one of human curiosity, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of truth. And as we move forward into the unknown, we carry with us that same spirit, the spirit of a species that dares to ask, dares to imagine, and dares to explore the infinite. As we continue to explore the vast reaches of space, there is a profound truth that emerges from both Galileo's era and our own: the universe is not merely a collection of objects, but a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving, ever expanding, and teeming with mysteries yet to be uncovered. Galileo's early observations gave us a glimpse of the cosmos as something alive, dynamic, and beyond our earthbound perceptions. Today, our understanding of the universe has grown, but the sense of awe remains. When we think of the universe, it is easy to get lost in its immensity. Billions of galaxies, each containing billions of stars, stretch out in all directions, extending into the farthest reaches of space and time. The sheer scale of it all can be overwhelming, humbling us with our own smallness. And yet, this very vastness is what makes the universe so compelling. It beckons us to explore, to reach out beyond the boundaries of our home, and to seek understanding in places far beyond our imagination. But the beauty of the cosmos is not just in its scale, it is in its details. Galileo's discovery of Jupiter's moons was one such detail, a tiny yet transformative insight that shattered old beliefs and opened new avenues of thought. In the same way, each new discovery we make today adds another piece to the puzzle of existence. Whether it's the detection of gravitational waves, the mapping of cosmic microwave background radiation, or the identification of exoplanets in distant star systems, each discovery brings us closer to understanding the grand architecture of the universe. And yet, with every answer we find, new questions emerge. What lies beyond the observable universe? What is the true nature of dark matter and dark energy, which make up most of the cosmos yet remain invisible and elusive to our instruments? How do black holes, those enigmatic giants of gravity, warp the very fabric of space and time? These questions are the frontier of modern science, the continuation of Galileo's legacy, a legacy that teaches us to never stop asking, never stop searching, and never stop marveling at the unknown. In many ways, we are like the early astronomers of Galileo's time, peering through new, more advanced telescopes, but still seeing only a fraction of the whole. Our instruments have become more powerful, but the universe has also revealed itself to be far more complex than we ever anticipated. It is not just a matter of stars and planets, it is a cosmic symphony of forces, fields, and particles, all interacting in ways we are only beginning to understand. One of the greatest revelations of modern science is that the universe is not static, it is in constant flux. The galaxies are not fixed in place, they are moving, expanding away from each other, as if space itself were stretching. This discovery, that the universe is expanding, was as revolutionary in its time as Galileo's realization that the Earth revolved around the Sun. And just as Galileo's insights led to a new understanding of our solar system, the discovery of the expanding universe has led to a new understanding of the cosmos as a whole. The realization that the universe had a beginning, a moment of creation known as the Big Bang, was one of the most profound shifts in human thought. Suddenly, the cosmos was not eternal, it had a history, a story that could be told. And just as Galileo's observations of the moon and planets reshaped our view of the heavens, the study of the universe's early moments has reshaped our view of everything we see today. But with this new understanding comes an even deeper mystery. What came before the Big Bang? What caused the universe to spring into existence? These are questions that lie at the very edge of human knowledge, questions that may remain unanswered for centuries to come. And yet, it is precisely these questions that drive us forward, that compel us to keep exploring, keep wondering, keep imagining. Galileo, in his time, faced opposition from those who clung to old ideas. He was ridiculed, persecuted, and even condemned for his belief that the Earth was not the center of the universe. And yet, he persevered. He understood that the pursuit of knowledge, the quest for truth, was more important than the comfort of familiar ideas. Today, we face similar challenges as we confront the mysteries of the cosmos. The unknown is daunting, and the answers we find may challenge everything we think we know. But like Galileo, we must push forward, guided by the belief that understanding the universe is not only possible, but essential. For in understanding the universe, we also come to understand ourselves. The cosmos, with its swirling galaxies and distant stars, is not separate from us, it is a part of us. The atoms that make up our bodies were born in the hearts of stars, forged in the crucibles of supernovae, and scattered across space to form planets, oceans, and life itself. We are, in a very real sense, the universe made conscious, a way for the cosmos to know itself. This idea, that we are connected to the stars, is both humbling and empowering. It reminds us that, despite our smallness, we are part of something much larger, something eternal. And it is this connection, this sense of belonging to the universe, that gives our quest for knowledge its meaning. As we continue to explore the cosmos, we do so not just as scientists and explorers, but as human beings, driven by a deep and abiding curiosity about our place in the grand scheme of things. The universe, in all its vastness, invites us to wonder, to question, and to seek answers. It is a journey that began with Galileo, but one that will continue for generations to come. For the universe is not a destination, it is a journey. And as long as there are questions to be asked and mysteries to be explored, we will continue to walk that path, guided by the light of the stars and the spirit of discovery that Galileo embodied so long ago. The journey through the universe, though vast and seemingly endless, is not just a quest for knowledge, but also a journey of the spirit. As Galileo once dared to suggest that our Earth was not the center of the cosmos, so must we dare to imagine our place within this infinite expanse. We are both explorers and participants in the grandest story ever told, a story written in the stars, in the galaxies, and in the very fabric of space-time. Consider, for a moment, the nature of time itself. From our limited perspective, time flows in one direction, like a river that carries us from the past to the future. But the universe does not obey such simple rules. In the depths of space, near the event horizons of black holes, time stretches and warps, distorted by the immense gravitational pull. This warping of time reminds us that the cosmos is far stranger than our everyday experiences suggest, that the universe operates on principles that challenge our very understanding of reality. And yet, despite its strangeness, the universe is also profoundly orderly. The same laws of physics that govern the motion of the planets in our solar system apply to the farthest galaxies, billions of light-years away. The same forces that bind the atoms in our bodies together also dictate the fusion processes in the hearts of stars. This unity of natural laws, this cosmic order, was Galileo's great revelation. He showed us that the heavens were not governed by some divine force separate from the earth, but by the same physical laws that apply to us all. In this discovery lies a profound truth: the universe is knowable. Its mysteries, while vast, can be unraveled through observation, experimentation, and the power of human reason. This belief in the intelligibility of the cosmos has driven human progress for centuries. It led Newton to discover the laws of motion, Einstein to formulate the theory of relativity, and countless scientists to explore the quantum world, the strange and counterintuitive realm where particles exist in superpositions, entangled across vast distances, defying our classical understanding of cause and effect. But even as we unravel these mysteries, we are reminded of how much remains unknown. What is dark matter, the invisible substance that holds galaxies together? What is dark energy, the force driving the acceleration of the universe's expansion? These questions challenge our most fundamental theories, pushing the boundaries of our understanding and reminding us that the universe is far more complex than we once imagined. Yet, in the face of these mysteries, we do not despair. For every question answered, we are given the gift of new questions to pursue. This is the essence of science, the relentless pursuit of truth, no matter how elusive, no matter how challenging. It is a pursuit that began with Galileo, who, armed with nothing more than a telescope and a questioning mind, dared to confront the orthodoxy of his time. And it continues today, as we build instruments capable of detecting the faintest whispers of the universe, gravitational waves rippling through spacetime, photons emitted from distant galaxies, and the faint glow of the cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of the Big Bang. The more we learn, the more we are reminded of our profound connection to the cosmos. We are not separate from it, we are born of it. The iron in our blood was forged in the cores of ancient stars, stars that lived, burned, and died long before our solar system was formed. The water in our oceans was delivered by comets, icy remnants of the early solar system, carrying with them the building blocks of life. And life itself, the mysterious phenomenon that animates our bodies and minds, is a product of the same forces that govern the stars. In this sense, we are the universe's way of understanding itself. We are, as Carl Sagan famously said, star stuff, contemplating the stars. And this contemplation is not a passive act, it is an active engagement with the cosmos, a dialogue between the human mind and the universe itself. As we learn more about the universe, we also learn more about ourselves, our origins, our nature, and our destiny. This journey of discovery has practical implications, of course. Our understanding of the universe has led to countless technological advancements, from the satellites that orbit our planet to the medical technologies that save lives. But it has also led to something deeper, a sense of perspective, a realization that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. The famous pale blue dot photograph, taken by the Voyager spacecraft at the edge of our solar system, captured this perspective perfectly. In that image, Earth is nothing more than a tiny speck, a faint blue dot suspended in the vastness of space. All of human history, all of our triumphs and tragedies, our struggles and successes, have taken place on that dot. And yet, from this cosmic vantage point, we see how fragile and precious our world truly is. This cosmic perspective is one of Galileo's greatest legacies. He showed us that Earth is not the center of the universe, but rather a small planet orbiting an ordinary star in an unremarkable part of the Milky Way galaxy. And yet, despite our smallness, our capacity to understand the universe is vast. We are capable of imagining the farthest reaches of space, of contemplating the birth and death of stars, of pondering the origins of the universe itself. In this capacity lies hope. For as long as we continue to ask questions, as long as we continue to explore, we will keep pushing the boundaries of knowledge. And in doing so, we will continue the journey that Galileo began, a journey that leads us ever closer to the heart of the cosmos. But what lies at the heart of the cosmos? Is it the singularity of a black hole, the point at which space and time collapse into nothingness? Is it the moment of creation itself, the Big Bang from which everything we know emerged? Or is it something even deeper, something that transcends our current understanding? These are the questions that drive us forward, that fuel our imagination and inspire our explorations. And though we may never find definitive answers, the journey itself is a reward. For in seeking to understand the universe, we are also seeking to understand our place within it, to find meaning in the vastness, to connect with the stars from which we came, and to realize that, in the grand tapestry of existence, we are both incredibly small and infinitely significant. As we venture further into the cosmic narrative, we begin to see that the universe is not simply a collection of stars, planets, and galaxies, but a profound expression of natural order, a harmony governed by laws that are both elegant and mysterious. Galileo's early observations were a testament to this order. He saw the moons of Jupiter, moving in their orbits with mathematical precision, and understood that they obeyed the same physical laws that govern the motion of objects here on Earth. This realization, simple as it may seem now, was revolutionary in its time. It marked the beginning of a new way of thinking, a way of seeing the universe as a grand mechanism, with each part connected to the whole. In the centuries since, we have come to understand much more about the mechanisms that govern the universe. We know that gravity, the force that holds planets in orbit and shapes the structure of galaxies, is not merely a pull between objects but a bending of space and time itself. Einstein's theory of general relativity showed us that massive objects like stars and planets warp the fabric of spacetime, creating the gravitational forces that keep us anchored to the Earth and guide the motion of celestial bodies across the sky. And yet, even as we have uncovered these deeper truths, new mysteries have emerged. What is gravity, really? Why does it exist, and why is it so much weaker than the other fundamental forces of nature? Why does dark matter, this invisible, unknown substance that makes up most of the universe's mass, not interact with light or ordinary matter, yet exert such a profound influence on the structure of galaxies? These are questions that push the boundaries of modern physics, questions that remind us of how much we still have to learn. In many ways, the universe is like a vast, unfinished puzzle. Each new discovery adds a piece to the picture, but the more pieces we find, the more complex the picture becomes. Galileo's work was one of the first pieces, and today, we continue to place new pieces into the puzzle, pieces that reveal a universe far stranger and more wondrous than we ever imagined. But for all its complexity, the universe also reveals a deep simplicity. The same forces that shape the largest galaxies also govern the smallest particles. The laws of physics, while they may seem abstract and difficult to grasp, are ultimately expressions of a profound unity. This unity is what Galileo glimpsed when he looked at the moons of Jupiter through his telescope. It is what Newton discovered when he formulated the law of universal gravitation. And it is what we continue to uncover today, as we study everything from the behavior of quarks and neutrinos to the movement of distant galaxies. In this unity lies a fundamental truth: the universe is knowable. It may be vast, it may be filled with mysteries, but it is not beyond our ability to understand. This belief in the knowability of the cosmos is one of the greatest gifts of science. It gives us the confidence to ask questions, to seek answers, and to imagine a future in which we have unlocked even the most profound secrets of existence. Yet, as we reach for these answers, we must also remain grounded in the knowledge that the universe does not revolve around us. Galileo's greatest lesson was one of humility. His discovery that Earth was not the center of the cosmos was a humbling realization, one that forced humanity to rethink its place in the universe. Today, we continue to grapple with this humility as we study a universe that is far larger and more complex than we ever imagined. Our solar system is but a tiny speck in the vastness of the Milky Way galaxy, which in turn is only one of trillions of galaxies in the observable universe. Each of these galaxies contains billions of stars, many of which have planets orbiting them, planets that may, in some distant corner of the cosmos, harbor life. The sheer scale of the universe is beyond comprehension, and yet, here we are, on a small planet orbiting an average star, capable of looking out into the vastness and asking, what is our place in all of this? This question, so ancient, so fundamental, is one that transcends science. It is a question that touches on philosophy, on spirituality, and on the deepest yearnings of the human heart. For in seeking to understand the universe, we are also seeking to understand ourselves. What does it mean to exist in a universe so vast, so filled with wonders and mysteries? How should we live, knowing that we are part of something so much greater than ourselves? These are the questions that Galileo's discoveries invite us to ask, and they are questions that have only become more urgent as we continue to explore the cosmos. For as we learn more about the universe, we also learn more about our own fragility. We live on a planet that is not immune to the forces of nature. The same cosmic events that shape the universe, supernovae, asteroid impacts, and solar flares, can also shape the fate of our world. And yet, despite this fragility, there is a resilience to life, a tenacity that mirrors the resilience of the universe itself. Life, like the cosmos, evolves, adapts, and persists. It finds a way to survive, even in the most hostile environments. We have seen this resilience in the extremophiles that thrive in the deepest oceans and the most barren deserts. And we have seen it in our own species, in our ability to overcome challenges, to rise above adversity, and to reach for the stars. This resilience is a testament to the power of the human spirit, a spirit that Galileo embodied when he defied the dogmas of his time and dared to look at the world with fresh eyes. Today, we carry that same spirit forward as we explore the frontiers of space, as we build spacecraft to visit distant planets and telescopes to peer into the farthest reaches of the cosmos. But as we look outward, we must also look inward. For the universe, vast and magnificent as it is, also reflects something deep within us. The same forces that shaped the stars also shaped our minds, our consciousness, our capacity to wonder and to dream. In this sense, the universe is not just a place we observe, it is a mirror that reflects our own nature. And what does it reflect? It reflects our curiosity, our longing for meaning, our desire to understand. It reflects our capacity for imagination and creativity, for building models of the cosmos in our minds and testing them against reality. It reflects our love of beauty, for there is no denying the aesthetic wonder of the universe, whether it be the elegant spiral of a galaxy, the delicate glow of a nebula, or the intricate patterns of planetary orbits. But above all, the universe reflects our capacity for hope. For in every discovery, in every new understanding of the cosmos, there is a spark of hope, a hope that we are capable of understanding the grandest mysteries, a hope that our journey through the stars is just beginning, and a hope that, in the end, we will find not only knowledge but wisdom. This, then, is the ultimate gift of the universe. It invites us to seek, to explore, to question, and to grow. It reminds us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, something eternal and ever-changing. And as long as we continue to look to the stars with the same wonder that Galileo felt when he first turned his telescope to the heavens, we will continue to find meaning, purpose, and inspiration in the cosmic dance of existence. As we continue to contemplate the universe and our place within it, we find that this journey through the cosmos is not only a quest for knowledge but a profoundly human endeavor. The vastness of the universe, its intricate beauty, and its unrelenting mysteries call to something deep within us. There is an inherent drive in the human spirit to explore, to seek understanding, and to make sense of the unknown. Galileo's telescope was more than just an instrument of discovery, it was a symbol of that human desire to push beyond the boundaries of the familiar, to peer into the unknown and to discover new worlds. Today, our telescopes are far more powerful, our spacecraft travel farther, and our instruments measure phenomena that Galileo could never have imagined. And yet, the fundamental questions remain the same. What is the nature of the universe? How did it begin? And where is it headed? These are not merely scientific questions, they are deeply philosophical, even existential. For as we look outward, we are inevitably led to reflect on our own origins and our own destiny. The universe began in a moment of unimaginable energy and expansion, the Big Bang, and has been evolving ever since. Galaxies formed, stars were born, planets coalesced, and on at least one of those planets, life emerged. This process, this cosmic evolution, has been unfolding for over 13.8 billion years. And yet, for all our knowledge, we are still in the early stages of understanding how this incredible story came to be. The Big Bang was not just the beginning of matter and energy, it was the beginning of time and space itself. Before that moment, there was no before in the sense that we understand time. This idea, so counterintuitive, forces us to rethink our notions of causality and existence. How could something come from nothing? What caused the universe to spring into being? These questions touch on the limits of human understanding, and they remind us of the profound mystery at the heart of the cosmos. And yet, for all its mystery, the universe is also surprisingly predictable. The laws of physics, once thought to apply only to Earth, govern the entire cosmos. Gravity, electromagnetism, and the nuclear forces operate with stunning consistency across the vast distances of space and time. These laws have allowed us to build models of the universe that explain not only its past but its future. But here, too, we find a paradox. The universe is expanding, and not just at a steady pace, but at an accelerating rate. This discovery, made in the late 20th century, shocked the scientific community. Some unknown force, what we now call dark energy, is pushing galaxies apart, driving the expansion of the cosmos faster and faster. If this continues, the universe will become a cold, dark, and empty place. Galaxies will drift beyond each other's reach, stars will burn out, and even the atoms that make up matter may one day decay into nothingness. This potential fate of the universe, often called the Big Freeze, is a sobering thought. It reminds us that the universe, for all its grandeur, is not eternal. Like all things, it had a beginning, and it will have an end. And yet, this realization does not diminish the beauty or the significance of our existence. If anything, it makes our brief moment in the cosmic timeline all the more precious. For in this vast, ancient universe, we are among the few creatures capable of contemplating it. We are the product of billions of years of cosmic evolution, and we have been given the gift of consciousness, the ability to reflect on the universe and on our own existence. This consciousness is a mystery in itself. How did the universe, through the process of evolution, give rise to beings capable of understanding the very laws that govern its existence? This question, too, is one that Galileo would have appreciated. He saw the universe not as a cold, mechanical place, but as a grand and beautiful system, governed by laws that could be understood through reason and observation. And today, as we continue to unlock the secrets of the cosmos, we are reminded that our ability to understand is itself a miracle of nature. But this understanding comes with responsibility. As we continue to explore the cosmos, we must also consider our role within it. For while the universe may be vast and eternal, our planet is fragile. The Earth, a tiny blue dot in the vastness of space, is our only home. And as we look outward, we must also look inward, to the challenges we face as a species, to the ways in which we care for this delicate world, and to the responsibilities we have to each other and to future generations. Galileo's discoveries were not just about distant moons and planets, they were about shifting humanity's perspective. He showed us that we were not the center of the universe, that the cosmos was far larger and more complex than we had ever imagined. Today, as we continue his work, we are reminded that our place in the universe is not defined by our physical location but by our ability to understand, to explore, and to care for the world we inhabit. The universe, in all its vastness, is indifferent to our existence. The stars will burn, the galaxies will collide, and the universe will continue its expansion whether or not we are here to witness it. And yet, in the face of this cosmic indifference, we find meaning. We find meaning in our ability to ask questions, to seek answers, and to marvel at the beauty of the universe. We find meaning in the connections we share with each other, with the earth, and with the stars from which we are made. In the end, this is perhaps the greatest lesson that the universe has to offer. It teaches us humility, reminding us of our smallness in the face of the cosmos. But it also teaches us hope, for in our brief moment of existence, we have the ability to understand, to create, and to connect. We are a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of us. Galileo's legacy is not just one of discovery, it is one of wonder, of curiosity, and of a deep and abiding respect for the mysteries of existence. And as we continue to explore the cosmos, we carry that legacy with us, knowing that the questions we ask and the answers we seek are part of a journey that began long before us and will continue long after we are gone. For as long as there are stars in the sky, as long as there are mysteries to be unraveled, humanity will continue to reach for the stars, driven by the same spirit that led Galileo to look through his telescope and see the universe anew. As we press on in our journey through the cosmos, one truth becomes ever more apparent: the universe is both deeply familiar and profoundly alien. It is a place where the laws of nature are consistent, where the same forces and principles that shaped the stars also shaped us. Yet, at the same time, it is a place filled with incomprehensible wonders, phenomena that stretch the boundaries of our understanding and challenge the very limits of what we thought possible. Take, for instance, the concept of black holes. These enigmatic objects, predicted by Einstein's theory of general relativity, are places where the gravitational pull is so strong that not even light can escape. They are the remnants of massive stars that have collapsed under their own weight, compressing all of their mass into an infinitely small point known as a singularity. Surrounding this singularity is the event horizon, the point of no return, beyond which anything that falls is lost to the rest of the universe. To us, black holes seem like the very definition of cosmic paradoxes, objects of immense gravity that warp space and time, yet exist as silent, invisible giants lurking in the depths of space. What happens inside a black hole? What lies beyond the event horizon? These are questions that tantalize physicists and philosophers alike, for they touch on the deepest mysteries of space, time, and reality itself. And yet, despite their strangeness, black holes are not anomalies. They are a natural part of the cosmic cycle. Just as stars are born and live out their lives, so too do they die, and in the most extreme cases, they collapse into black holes. These objects, once thought to be rare and exotic, are now understood to be common features of the universe. In fact, at the center of most galaxies, including our own Milky Way, lies a supermassive black hole, a monstrous object millions or even billions of times more massive than our Sun, around which the entire galaxy orbits. The existence of these supermassive black holes raises yet more questions. How did they form? How did they grow to such incredible sizes? Are they the remnants of the first stars, or did they form through some other, as yet unknown process in the early universe? And, perhaps most intriguingly, what role do they play in shaping the galaxies around them? These questions, like so many others in the cosmos, remind us of the limits of our knowledge. We have made extraordinary strides in understanding the universe, but each new discovery seems to open up an entire new set of mysteries. It is as if the universe is an endless ocean of knowledge, and we, standing on the shore, can only dip our toes into its vast waters. But it is precisely this sense of mystery that drives us forward. The unknown is not something to be feared, it is something to be embraced. Galileo understood this when he pointed his telescope to the sky and discovered the moons of Jupiter, and today we understand it as we build more advanced instruments to probe the farthest reaches of space. Consider the discovery of exoplanets, planets that orbit stars beyond our own solar system. Just a few decades ago, the idea of detecting planets around other stars seemed almost impossible. But today, we know of thousands of exoplanets, many of which are located in the so-called habitable zones of their stars, where conditions might be right for liquid water, and, perhaps, for life. This discovery has fundamentally changed the way we view our place in the universe. No longer are we the sole planetary system in the cosmos. Instead, we are part of a vast galactic community, with each star potentially hosting its own planets, its own worlds. Some of these worlds may be rocky like Earth, with oceans, mountains, and